Welcome to the Daily Loot, your go-to source for all things gaming. Whether you're a casual gamer or a die-hard fan, we've got you covered with the latest news, reviews, and analysis from the gaming world. So sit back, grab your controller, and get ready for a daily dose of gaming goodness. This is the Daily Loot, and we are glad you're here.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Daily Loot. I have been excited to make this episode, and here we are finally able to do episode 3. I am sorry for the wait time between episode 2 and 3, but now we are here, so let's just get moving. If you're new to this podcast is all about gaming. I'm trying to update you on the newest gaming news and stuff like that. Today we're not really going to talk about gaming news. Actually, we're more going to talk about the state of gaming and the state of streaming and streaming platforms. So again, hello, welcome. I'm your host Dvalin. I'm a content creator. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Dvalin, or on youtube.com/DvalinDK. Dvalin was taken, so I had to use DK, from Denmark behind it. So yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, I'm your host Dvalin, and this is the Daily Loot, and let's do it. So today we're going to talk about, as I said before, we're going to talk about the state of gaming, and we're going to talk about state of streaming and why I am personally switching stream platform. And I'm going to talk to you about that later. We're going to save that one till later, but now we're going to talk about the state of gaming. So I want to talk about something which is interesting for me, and it's a common thing I talk about when I talk with people. Friends, family members, co-workers, and stuff like that. So currently I would say we are in a gaming state, in a gaming era, where people are a bit unsatisfied, I guess we could say. Like, people are not happy, if you know what I mean. Like, we got tons of games. We got games like Apex, Fortnite, Minecraft, World of Warcraft. You basically have any game for any genre which is popular right now. But the problem is, a lot of people I talk with, and asking them, what game are you playing right now? And they're like, there's not really a game right now I like. And it's like, I can mention plus 50 people who are gonna tell me that. Even my FPS friends, they're like, I'm like, why don't you play Apex? And they're like, nah, just, every update they do, it's just like they don't really add anything. It's like they move a building from here to here. And I'm like, okay, so why don't you play Fortnite? And they're like, yeah, I'm not a kid. And it's like, oh, okay, what about Modern Warfare? Well, it's full of bots. People are like, not satisfied with the gaming market we have right now. And I also ask, okay, so what about MMORPGs? You can go play an MMORPG. What about World of Warcraft? Yeah, but it's Dragonflight is a good expansion, but it's basically the same game we had 5 years ago now. So it doesn't feel new. It doesn't feel exciting. Okay, I can follow that statement. Yeah, Dragonflight is probably one of the best expansion for WoW, but now WoW feels like WoW. And it's like, if you're looking for this new experience of playing a game, then it doesn't really give you that. It just gives you what WoW always felt like. That's the thing. And why? So I'm like, okay, what about New World? And people are like, well, New World doesn't really have any end game. It's like, what's the even point of playing that game? I'm like, okay. I was like, what about Final Fantasy? And they're like, once you finish the raid after a bit, then the game is dead. I'm like, okay, this is tough. This is tough. Trying to find games for people. I'm like, okay. So after all these conversations, I'm realizing the gaming market is right now in a very poor state. Every time a new big game comes out, people, they just jump over it. Look at when Lost Ark released. It just became the most popular MMO for, I don't know, a week. Until people realize this game is full of pay-to-win stuff, and you need money to be good in this game, and stuff like that. I know you can still be good in the game without paying money, but you know what I mean. You can enhance the process of using money, and once people realize that, they leave it, and that's why Lost Ark isn't that popular anymore. It's still popular if you go into Steam DB, Steam charts, and all that. But how many of these people are actually players, and how many of them are bots? We don't know. Still, to the fact, people kind of dropped this game after finding out it's pay to win. When we got New World, people jumped on again. find out, this game doesn't have any end game. Like, it has the same mob in every single zone. It has the same city in every single zone. Like, what is this game even? Is it just to showcase the engine they build the game on? Is it actually even a game? Or is it more like a walking simulator? You know what I mean? It just feels like every time you get a new MMO, every time you get a new shooter, people, they just like instantly jump on it because they need this new game. It's like, it feels like everyone is just waiting for this perfect game right now. And it's like, when will we actually get a game in different genres where people are saying, wow, this is the game I've been waiting for. This is the game that I need. And now I don't have to think about what other games coming out soon. I sadly think that is never going to happen. I think we are just now used to so many new games are coming out, so many different qualities the game are going to have. It just feels like it's an endless market now of people just looking for a new and better game. Yeah, it's like a loop. We're just walking in the same loop, and it kind of started with all these live services game. I know if you're a fan of live service game, it's great. It's like, it's fine. You know, it's a game that makes sure, if you don't know what a live service game, basically look at Fortnite. It's a game that will keep going on. It will keep doing updates. It will keep pushing out new content, but it also keep wanting your money. It wants your money all the time. You can, of course, play Fortnite without paying a buck, but you're not going to get anything in the game then. You're going to run around with the same skin the rest of your life. You might get a new pickaxe, you might get a new big back bling, but you're never going to get a new skin. You first going to get a new skin when you actually pay money to the game. The same with Apex. They also keep updating the game, just in a less, they don't do the same good job as Fortnite with updating the game, but they do update the game, but they also want your money. And that's the live service principle. The same with Diablo 4, which is going to come soon. That game is also going to be a live service game. The difference here is that Diablo 4 is not a game you actually play for free. It's not free to play. You pay those $70 to play it, and then every third month they're going to keep pushing out updates. And I'm sure, like, the new stuff they're going to add to, like, the main campaign, dungeons and stuff like that, that's going to be free to everyone who have bought the game. But there's going to be Battle Pass, which is going to be there every third month also. Of course, that Battle Pass is going to be locked behind people who actually pay money. It's going to have two different things. It's going to have like a free row and a paid row. Free row, again, they probably get maybe like a new color for their horse. They might get a back bling. They might get a new hat. But the paying people who actually buys the Battle Pass let's say every third month when it releases, they're going to get like new outfits, new weapon skins, new cool things. And again, if you don't care about these cosmetics, you can just buy the game and have fun. If you really care about cosmetics like I do, I'm probably gonna buy the Battle Pass every single time. So yeah. But since the release of these free-to-play live service games, people have been jumping more frequently around games, because now you don't have to pay those $60-70 on table to actually be able to jump over to another game. Whenever like a new game releases nowadays, they're almost always free to play, it seems like. And again, when we're gonna get new MMOs like Blue Protocol, Throne, and Liberty, yeah, I think it's Throne and Liberty. I can't say that word. Like I don't know how to say that word, but you know what I mean. Two other MMOs coming out, published by Amazon, made in somewhere else in the world, but Amazon is gonna publish them, and again, free-to-play games, again, live service. And I wouldn't be surprised if the game actually also going to have pay-to-win. We don't know by now, but I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the games need to earn money in some way, so it could have it. But my point with saying all this is basically, since live service games came out, it's so easy to jump to other games now. People are very used to getting updates all the time. Look at games like Valheim. It released. It got massive, but they didn't do any updates to it. We had waited for so long time before like a new content actually came to the game, and people were unsatisfied because they were used to get monthly updates, quarterly updates from other games. But Valheim didn't have the team behind the game to actually do that, and that was basically the death of Valheim. I mean, it's still played and still popular, if you know what I mean, but it's not as popular as it was when it released. I mean, when it was released, it was a game that everyone played, like it was like the worldwide game. But now it's more like that game, that the guy over there, he's playing, him over there, yeah, him or she over there, they play Valheim, don't speak to them, I'm kidding. You know what I mean. But yeah. So what I'm just saying is, it's very frequently now I speak with a lot of people who are true gamers, but they tell me they don't have a main game. They don't know what to play. They jump between Elder Scrolls Online, Guild Wars, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy. They keep jumping around games, inclusive me. I mean, literally, look at my live streams. I played Elder Scrolls Online recently. Now I play Guild Wars. Who knows, my next live stream I might play World of Warcraft. Like, I mean, I also keep jumping around. So what I'm just trying to say is, I have a feeling that you who are listening right now is gonna have the same feeling as me. You might have had the same conversation with other people you talk with, that your friends play these games, but they kind of like jump between games. They might be stuck in Genshin Impact using a lot of money on heroes, but they're like, man, I'm having fun in this game, but I could use something better. My point is just with all this saying that it seems like people are desperate right now of getting a new game, and people are jumping constantly around in games and not really staying. Like, remember in good old days, like, no, I wouldn't say good old days, like old days, because what's the difference? In old days, people, especially content creators who streamed, they were always streaming the same game. Look at Asmongold. He was be streaming World of Warcraft all the way, all time. Look at Soda Poppin. He would also be streaming World of Warcraft. Look at Dr. Disrespect. He would always play like maybe PUBG or Call of Duty. Look at Tim the Tatman. He would always play. What did he actually play? I don't know. Like War, Call of Duty also maybe. Look at Ninja. He would always play Fortnite. Okay, he actually only plays Fortnite now, but I think it's because of the brand. But yeah, what I'm saying is, like, every content creator used to be playing like the same game all the time. You had like a content creator for that game, for that game, for that game, for that game. But now, all these content creators, they play, like, every time they go live, you cannot really expect what game they're gonna play. They're gonna jump from another game to another game to another game to another game. Every time, like, I follow Dr. Disrespect. You hate me for that if you want, but like, I enjoy watching him sometimes. He's a fun character, if you know what I mean. Like, he does a really great job. And like, every time he go live, it's always a surprise what he's gonna play. What is he gonna play today? Is he gonna be playing PUBG? Is he gonna play Call of Duty? Is he gonna be playing Fortnite? You know what I mean? So especially look at those big content creators. They jump between games daily. So it cannot only be us. Like, it is literally everyone. Look at the new Zelda game is coming out on Nintendo Switch soon. What has that anything to do? Well, look at go into the marketplace on Nintendo and look at which game is the most sold right now. Zelda. Of course, there's a lot of Zelda fans. Don't get me wrong with that. But still, people are desperate getting new games right now. So every time a new AAA game come out, some people, they might say, no, we have to cancel this game. Look at Harry Potter game. People tried to cancel that game. It didn't work because people are desperate getting a new game. Oh, that's a new game. Oh, it has fantasy in the game. Oh my god, I can do a character creation selection screen. I have to buy this because it's a new game. You know what I mean? Like, every time a new game comes out with just some features that people like, people gonna buy it. And no matter what, how many people on Twitter are gonna buy, like, oh, don't buy this game because blah blah blah. No, this game is gonna sell like hot bread. Is that how you say it in English? Hot bread, sweet bread, hot potato? I don't know. You probably know. But what I'm saying here is that new games who just are AAA games are gonna sell like, yeah, hot bread. You know what I mean? So look at the new Star Wars game. It sold like so many copies. Even though the game wasn't finished, if you know what I mean. I've heard a lot of complaints for the PC version. I haven't heard any complaint for the console versions, but for the PC versions, I've heard a lot of complaints. But still, people have bought that game in tons. People are pre-ordering games again. I remember when we had like this phase where everyone was like, don't pre-order games, that's bad for the gaming industry. No, that's not a thing anymore. People, they pre-order games now in massive. Look at Diablo 4. There is so many people who has pre-ordered the game. What did they say? They had like 1 or 2 million people playing in that beta where it required you had actually pre-ordered the game or went to KFC. That just shows how many people actually pre-ordered the game. People pre-order and buy new games as like nothing today. But my whole point with this situation, it's not a situation, but my whole point with this conversation, and I keep saying that, is that people are right now desperate for a new game. You might know it from yourself, you might know it from a friend. games are like imagine like it's a GameStop shop where a game is gonna put up on the shelf and people are gonna like run into the shop and get that down from that shelf. It doesn't exist anymore really because now people is buy online games, if you know what I mean, like on Steam, Battle.net, Origin, all that, Ubisoft Play, whatever they called. And yeah, so any new game, look at Ubisoft. Look at Ubisoft. They released this new beta for a shooting game, like a new shooting. X-Defiant, I think it was called. People were crazy about it. People went in to play the game, the hell out of it. People streamed it. It was like one of the most watched game on Twitch because they were desperate for a new shooter game. And I know I keep saying the same stuff. I know. But I'm just saying that people are desperate right now. You probably have tons of friends right now who want to play games daily, but they just don't know what to play. You might be sitting in the evening with your friend on Discord and you're like, okay, dear friend, what are we going to play today? Well, I don't know. Okay, should we play Sea of Thieves? Nah. Should we play Guild Wars? Nah. Should we play Minecraft Dungeons? And one of them is like, yeah, let's do that. And the other one is like, nah, no. You know, like, it's just like it feels like it's a dead end right now. But still, we know in this year and next year we're gonna get so many new games, and I think by the end of this year we have so many new MMOs, new shooting games and stuff like that. So it's gonna be massive. Like we're gonna be in a different situation. So very soon, when we get all these new games that we promised in end of the year, I think actually people are going to have a hard time choosing them. And it's going to be so different because right now everyone is starving and want a new game. But in a year, we have maybe like 5 new MMOs, 5 new shooting games. Like we have so many new games to play and ARPG games and stuff like that. And we're going to be in a different situation. We're going to be basically in a situation where people are like, what am I going to play? Because I have so many choices. But now, right now, as today, people are like, what should I play? Because I have no choices. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, yeah. Hold on. I'm just taking a sip of water because I'm talking too much. Yeah. So, yeah. I think that's enough for this topic. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say that people are right now desperate and starving for new games. You might have evenings where you and your friend don't know what to play and you just go early to bed because you don't know what to play. And then you just get upset and go to bed. I'm just talking about my life. Because 2 days ago I wrote to one of my friends. He was like, are you going to come online? I was like, no, I'm mad. He's like, why? Because I don't have any games to play. I was like, well, okay, but then play a game. I'm like, no, I'm going to bed. So, yeah, you know who you are. If you're listening to this, you know who you are. Okay, so yeah, let's move on. That was the first topic of today. What should we call that topic? Like the state of games, the desperation of gamers right now. Yeah, you probably know what I mean. So okay, let's move on. Let's talk about streaming platforms. If you're not really into content creation, streaming platforms, all that, you're free to go, and the next episode is going to be more about gaming news and updates from games we gonna get. Next show is going to be much more like a news show, but now I want to talk about something from my heart, something gaming, streaming related. Yeah, cause so what I'm trying to say here is that we're going to talk about streaming platforms. So currently, if you look at the most popular streaming platforms, you have like Twitch is number 1. Then you have YouTube as second. You got Facebook Gaming as third. And I'm actually not sure who's the fourth one. It's probably TikTok. Yeah, it has to be TikTok. I would probably say TikTok is probably even bigger than Facebook Gaming. So it's probably more like YouTube, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook Gaming, and then you probably have platforms like Trovo, Kick, all those other platforms. Don't mention Twitter because that platform is the worst one to live stream. It doesn't even have a chat. You can't really if you see someone streaming on Twitter, you can't do anything. You can't you can like comment on the post itself, but if you click on the stream, there's no chat or anything. Like Twitter really have to do something about that. But I know Elon Musk, he said he's gonna upgrade how it is to upload videos. I think he wanna like try to take on the battle with YouTube regarding videos and monetizations. And I also think he want to upgrade the streaming market, because I could easily see Twitter being a platform where you actually upload videos and you also do streaming. But right now it's just so bad to do it. It's more like a, you know what I mean, like a debatable place. But yeah, he's working on it. So going back to streaming. So I have been streaming exclusive on YouTube for like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years now. The reason why I moved away from Twitch was because I started getting a lot of more subscribers on YouTube. I was like getting a lot of, like right now on YouTube, I have like, what, 17,000 people subbing to me. And I had like a time where I was always getting like 10 to 100 people watching me on YouTube. And it was like, you know, there was no point streaming on Twitch when I had this big audience on YouTube. See, the reason why I also switched to YouTube was because it was in a time where YouTube really did a lot of developing. They upgraded, they gave us gifting systems, they gave us like, you know, the donation system. They gave us a lot of like stuff to stream, which was nice. And they started, you know, getting all these content creators over like, I mean, Dr. Disrespect was kind of forced to do it because he got banned on YouTube, sorry, Twitch anyway. Then they bought, you know, they actually paid to get Tim the Tatman over. They paid to get like, there are other people, I can't remember the name. Another doctor, I can't remember his name. Oh, you know what? Well, they paid for like, I don't know, 5, 10 content creators to come over and start a revolution of streaming. And that's fine. Every time these content creators go live, they always have a lot of views. But it's lacking something. The chat interface itself on YouTube is quite bad. It's always very small. You cannot really get it like bigger. Well, then you have to like pop it out or use extensions and stuff like that. The quality itself is also worse on YouTube than on Twitch. They're using some kind of like encoder, which works very, very bad. If you cheat and use another, like instead of using 1080p, and if you use like 1440p, 1440p, then it looks better because you're like triggering something new in coding. Like, I don't know, like even have to think about all this. It's like, it proves like, what the hell? When people stream in 1080p, it should just look crystal clear, which it does on Twitch, but on YouTube it doesn't. And YouTube, they recommend like you to have like something between 6,000 and 9,000 bitrate to stream in 1080p, where on Twitch they just like, no, we just need 6,000. And just like all the promises we got from YouTube about all the upgrades, all, you know, they just wanted this platform to be the best stream platform ever. Okay, let me tell you why not. Let me tell you why YouTube is actually really bad at streaming platform. First of all, they have a website. Have you ever tried going to youtube.com/gaming? Yeah, it kind of looks like Twitch. They have these games. You can see like the most popular game. Then they have some streams and they have some videos. Fine. Then you click on the gaming category itself. Okay, then it starts automatically to sort all the games with the most viewers. Fine. Okay. You will always probably see the most viewed games are mobile games, because I think like most of the streaming people who streams games on YouTube is like from countries where it's more normal to play, you know, mobile games than PC games. So you always find like, you know, some arena games and PUBG Mobile and stuff like that. That's fine. No worries. So you scroll down and try to find your game. Okay. Then you realize it only shows like top 100 or 200 the game with viewers right now, and it just stops. And you're like, okay, so how do I find the category of going into Guild Wars 2? If I want to see Guild Wars 2 streams, how do I find that? I cannot search on Guild Wars 2. I cannot find it on this page because it's not top 200 watched games right now, or top, I think it's actually just a top 100. What you have to do is you need to find a Guild Wars 2 video, click under the video where it says Guild Wars 2, click on that, and then you go into the gaming side of that. Then you have to click on live, and it only shows you a little portion of lives. Then you have to click on countries, and you have to say all countries. Even if I see someone who streams English streams, I don't see it. I have to click on country and all countries every time, because I'm in Denmark, and For some reason, I only want to see Danish streams. No, I only want to see English streams, but it doesn't get it. So I have to click on all streams, and then it shows all streams. You can see all the clicks I have to do, like find the video, find the gaming section, go to live, change the country to all country every time. Now I see the streams. Fine. People have done titles, thumbnails. They have done so much to go live. That is the second point why YouTube is annoying to stream on. Because on YouTube, when you go live, okay, you need to go up in the right corner, click create, live. You need to find a title. You need to find a description for the stream. You need to remember put in some keywords, some hashtags. You then have to pick your game, which is normally. Then you have to go down in the tag section, right? Go to, for example, websites like Rapid Tags and stuff like that, where you get like tags, throw them in, maybe add it to a playlist also. Now, monetization, choose if it's public, all that shit. Okay, done. But you can see all these steps. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot. You also need to create a thumbnail. And yeah, if you don't put a thumbnail in, it's just gonna show you a gameplay screenshot when people find it. No one is gonna click on that. No, you need a thumbnail that jumps out and is like yelling, click at me, click at me. So if you're a person who are new to YouTube streaming and you've never done like a thumbnail, it's going to be hard for you because you're going to be like, how do I create a thumbnail which is clickbaitable? Well, I mean, I would recommend to most people just go to Google, find the game, like search for the game, like for example, if it's Guild Wars 2 wallpapers. Find a very cool wallpaper, use that. Like that's a workaround. Like, and then you can add some like red borders around it, maybe a big sign in the left corner saying live. I think that's like the best thing you can do, probably. And that's it. But you can see all this preparation just to go live on YouTube. You never just click go. You always have to do all these preparations. Which is my second point why this platform is tough. I get why it's a good platform for Samsung, Apple, Huawei, all these brands to do reveals of new products, because they have to do so much work in the start. They need to make sure that people know this is the title, this is the description, this is blah blah blah. It's a very good marketing tool. But for people who just want to go live, like click live, stream, have fun, it requires some dedication. Next thing why I don't like YouTube streaming. So when you then go live, you have this dashboard where you can see like some stats. But the worst thing about this dashboard is it doesn't show you like recent activities. If someone followed you, like became a member, stuff like that. No, YouTube doesn't care about like telling you. Like, no, you have to find out yourself. Okay, fine. So I'll go to Stream Elements, connect it with my YouTube, like get in the stuff, blah 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 blah. Still, half of the time, like I would actually say 90% of the time, people subscribe to you, it's not gonna do any notification, because most people who use YouTube have set it on so no one can see who you sub to. Because you want to have your subscriber, like if you sub to someone who you're like, I like this person, but I don't want the entire world to know that I like this person. It could be something you don't really want to share. Like, let's say you like Dr. Disrespect, but your friends hate him, so you don't really want to show that you like him. So you hide your subs. This also affects the streaming you're watching, because if you sub to a stream and you have this option on, he don't get a notification because he's not allowed to know that you follow him, which is a bit dumb. Because on Twitch, you would always get a notification. When someone follows you, you get a notification. If someone become a member, anything like that, you get a notification. You know what I mean? Like, it would always be in the dashboard telling you what happened. Where on YouTube, it's like, no, you're not allowed to know that. And you're like, oh, I just got 100 new subs from this stream, but I don't know, because, YouTube is hiding it from me because people's privacy. So that's kind of like a bit lame. But also the integration between YouTube and other streaming platforms like Stream Elements, Streamlabs, and all that, it's really bad. It's really bad. It doesn't always like work, and it's just like. And I talk with Stream Elements and Streamlabs. I talk with the support. I'm like, why is it so bad? Why do you work with Twitch but not with YouTube? And they basically told me the API call, like behind the scene, like the technology behind it, how it works with connecting. YouTube have made it very limited. You're not allowed to like all the time like look up and see new things. It's like they have to like do sometimes lookups and stuff like that. It's like it's not an easy API to work with. Which is not Streamlabs and Stream Elements' fault. That's YouTube who don't want to like share out too much information. The same with the website, I think, called Social Blade. It doesn't update all the time also with your sub numbers, because they are not allowed to like, real time check how many subs you have. They only like allowed to maybe call every 20 minutes, maybe every third day, stuff like that. Well, on Twitch, people can call the API like all the time and get information and stats from them, which again is a bit weird. Yeah. Another thing, they implemented a gifting system on YouTube, which is the worst gifting system ever. Like, it is so freaking bad. So, YouTube have this membership thing, which is pretty cool, because I have a membership on my YouTube where you can pay $1, like $1 to become a member and get a badge and emotes, which is cool, because I like that, because then every person who just have $1, they can become a member, which helps me, which is cool. But if you want to gift memberships, fine, you click gift, and it will say, okay, you need to pay $5 to gift 5, because each of them costs $1. Cool, that's very amazing. People can give so many subs now, well, memberships. But the thing is, so I have a dear viewer, listener, called Kaylin. She normally is on my Twitch show. Thank you, Kaylin. She normally is on my streams and stuff like that. And on my YouTube, I think she has like gifted me, I don't know, like 50 to 100 memberships, but only like 10 of them actually worked. And you know why? Because people have to go in on each single content creator. They have to go into the settings. They have to like click on the join button. Then they have to click on the option button. And then they have to click on gifting options and say, I want to enable that I can receive gifts in this stream on every single stream they watch. What the hell? So she got like all the, well, I'm sorry, I'm Kaylin. I actually don't know if you are she or her or him. We never talked about that. But Kaylin, she, him, her, this. You know what I mean. Sorry. Oh my god, I'm ruining so much. What I'm meaning is Kaylin got refunded all the memberships, like almost all of them. Only like 10 of them went through. All the other memberships refunded back to Kaylin's bank account. Which is like, what the hell? What is this? And if you go to Twitch and you give someone memberships, you're basically gifting subscriptions out. They will always go through. And if there's no people in it, like if you, let's say you're gifting 20 subs on Twitch, it will gift to all the people who are watching right now in the Twitch chat. And if no one is like, if there's only 5 people, they still have to gift out those 15. It will actually start gifting out to people who has been visiting the stream. So like, you always have like random people joining in and leaving again. They will then get the gifts. They don't have to say, yes, I want to receive gifts. No, they just get them. And then they, can use it if they want and not. And it will expire. Which is like, and YouTube, it's like, YouTube, if you're listening to this, it doesn't make sense. Because you want to earn money. Yeah, YouTube, you want to earn money. But you're basically doing that no one gets the gift that people give because no one knows that they have to go into settings and enable it. It's like you're basically declining money for yourself, because I know you'll take like 30% of all the money I get on YouTube, but you're like saying no. We want it to make hard to earn money. We don't want money. We Google. We have too much money. We don't want money. So everyone, it's very hard for people to receive gifts because we have too much money. It's like, what? What is this shit? It's like, what? And I have to keep telling people, like, you have to click on that option marker to receive gifts if you want to receive gifts. And then half of the people are like, there's no option button. So I even think it's like region restricted. It's like, it's not everywhere in the world people can receive it. Maybe they're going to change it in future and unlock it for everyone in the world. And then also unlock it so it just automatically, comes out. I don't know. But right now it doesn't. And it hasn't been for like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3 years. Since I remember it released, it hasn't worked because people don't accept it, which is dumb. So I don't get memberships. Kaylin get refunded. YouTube don't get money because basically they don't take the memberships and they don't get their 30% cut. Again, so all these things together just basically says that YouTube is a shit platform to stream on. I'm sorry. And yeah, YouTube says, hey, we got all these billion of people watching content. We're gonna push your stream out to these people. No, it never happens. Yeah, I remember it happened once I actually did a lot of videos. Now I don't do much videos, I just basically stream. Now they don't push out my stream anymore. I have like 2 people watching. I had like 2 concurrent people watching my stream, and I have 17,000 subscribers. It's like, where's the logic in that? Then I go live on Twitch with 1K subs, sorry, 1K followers, and I have 14 people watching. It's like, what? It's like, it doesn't make sense. So at Twitch, I like yesterday, I had like 8 people joining in who like, I've never seen you before, but it looked interesting, and it recommended me to watch you. I was like, thank you, Twitch, thank you. And YouTube is like, no, we don't promote this guy because he doesn't do much videos, so no, we don't promote this guy. It's like, okay. So yeah, so basically, yesterday I thought that I am moving away from YouTube. Well, I'm still going to do videos and podcasts on YouTube. You know, it's still an excellent platform to do videos, podcast, shorts, you know, all that. Perfect. But streaming, I'm sorry, Twitch is just better. And I have no problems having, you know, streams at Twitch, videos at YouTube. I think it's a fine balance to do streaming over here, videos over here. Because then on every my video I upload, I'm going to have like a link in the description saying I'm live streaming over here, which I think is a fine, like, fair thing to do. So I mean, yeah, this was just something I wanted to lift off from my heart, basically telling why I personally think YouTube is a trash platform to stream on. It's fine if you're a company who's going to showcase new stuff about Diablo, any other game, new phone from Apple, Samsung, all that, totally fine, because people are going to go in there no matter what and see your products. Fine. But Twitch is just so much better for the individual person. And let me tell you why. First of all, you just need a title for your stream. You just need to put in something. You don't even have to make a clickbaitable title like you need to do on YouTube. On YouTube, you always need to have like some clickbaitable title like, oh my god, new update, look at this. Oh my god, this is so insane, blah, 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 blah. On Twitch, you basically just, you know, put in like, chill stream, happy today, good day to stream, or weekend stream, birthday stream. You know, you just have to put in some stuff so people, when they find you, you're like, okay, what you doing? Okay, cool. That's it. You just, that's what you need. After that, you of course have your entire dashboard onto your stream. You have like, you know, that information panel where I have like about, info, hardware, tipping, you know, all those badges below, which is so good for sponsoring. For example, if I had like someone contacting me like, hey, we want to buy a place on your dashboard below your stream for like a month, and you gotta get this money. It's perfect. On YouTube, it's more like you have to talk about it all the time in the video. You need to like have descriptions, blah, 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 blah. And YouTube don't like you to add too many links in below your videos, so it's just like annoying. But on Twitch, it's just so much more friendly. You know, when you go sometimes to one of your favorite streamers and you watch their content, they have like game pictures below. Like if you go to a lot of content creators right now, you can see like if you go down in their bio, it has a picture of Redfall, because Microsoft have paid a lot of content creators to have Redfall down there. Yeah. And they probably got like a big box of that, and you see, okay, cool, Redfall down there. That's how it is. So I'm just saying, like, it's easy to go live on Twitch. You basically just press go live on your OBS. It goes live. You pick a title. That's it. You pick a game. That's it. And then you have the entire dashboard. The dashboard, it creates a dashboard, which shows what have happened. Has someone followed? Who is chatting? How is my stats right now? It just shows so much more. Like, the entire dashboard on Twitch when you're streaming is so insane. It's almost like, you know, sitting at NASA, where you're like monitoring all the panels. That's how Twitch dashboard is. It shows you everything you need to know about your stream right now, which is perfect. And even more why Twitch is good is because it has loyalty points. It is amazing. When people watch your stream, they get points, just like randomly points. And these points, you can then go down in the bottom. You can click, in my case, it's like a blue deer head. You click on it, and you have different things you can buy, acquire. And in my case, you can use like 100 points on my stream, and it will say a sound. So you can click on Nani, and then randomly in my stream it just like Nani, and I'm like, whoa, surprise, wow, fun. You know, people can interact with me. People can do voices, sounds on my stream, which I think is like pretty cool. You know what I mean? So that's just like fun. They can also like use hydrate to remind me you should drink something. And I'm like, oh, thanks for hydrating me, like, you know, drinking. And I can have like do push-ups. Then I do 5 push-ups. People can have like fun earning the points and using them, which I believe is a pretty cool small thing. And these things are just like helping people to enjoy more stream, because you feel like, okay, if I watch this guy, I get loyalty points. And for example, PewDiePie, he has a stream on Twitch which is always running. And the cool thing about this is like he has like a one, if you get like, is it like 100,000 points or like 10,000, you can then get a free kit of his G Fuel starter kit, which is cool. It's like he's basically sending you stuff for watching his stream and getting enough points. You're getting stuff. You're getting like a shaker and some stuff like that, which I know is of course a sponsor deal. And now G Fuel is happy because I'm talking about them. But you know what I mean? Like, it's working. It's cool. I could have like something like 10,000 points, and then I'll send you an SMS with a smile. I'll be like smiling on a picture to them or something. Like I can like say hello to the person from it. You know, you can do so many fun things. It's just like Twitch is easier to go live on. It feels like people are easier to like have a better time finding you. For example, yesterday I had like 8 people joining in who clicked on Guild Wars 2 game because they can actually find the game on the gaming section. And they just randomly browsed through and found me, like, okay, this guy looks interesting. He has like a little title telling about what's happening. He has this little profile picture, and I can see he's doing, I think it's Well vs. World. Yeah, in Guild Wars 2. Okay, cool. Click on him. And people come in and say hi. It's just so much more easier as a content creator to like think about Twitch. Well, on YouTube, I think it was a bit more stressful. The only disadvantage of Twitch, of course, is that you're not allowed to do multi-streaming. So you're not allowed to Twitch stream on Twitch at the same time as on YouTube. YouTube don't care about that, but Twitch are like, man, we're gonna ban you if you do it. So, you know, do that. So, yeah, just to wrap up this conversation here, I'm just saying that YouTube is a fine platform, probably the best one for videos, shorts, live stream if you are like a company. Yeah, podcasting. They got a new podcast section now, so you can like go to my channel, click podcast, and find a podcast. So all that works very well. But live streaming for like as a content creator, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Then I better like the way of Twitch. Also because of Prime subs. I have so many people coming in and giving me a sub, like, you know, a subscription, but they don't pay for it because it's through their Twitch Prime sub, which is insane. Like, they get it for free. Of course, you can only do that for one person every. So they have like picked their favorite content creator. But I have a few friends who's like, I don't know really who to use it on, but I know you, and you know, you seem okay, so I'm just gonna give it to you. Thanks, appreciate that, because you know, they don't pay money for giving me that sub. Of course, they pay, you know, for the Amazon stuff, and I get money for them just to like support me. So that's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah. So yeah, it's been a different podcast today. We've been talking about the state of games, where, you know, like, it's pretty common you hear people talking about that they don't have a game to play right now. And we talked about why I think Twitch is a better platform to stream on, and why I'm gonna go over there for streaming exclusively. Of course, videos and shorts and podcasts are still on YouTube, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I'm not trying to do like a self-promo podcast right now. I'm just more trying to like saying that that's just how the streaming world is right now. And I have a friend who doesn't like Twitch, but he basically, like, when I tell him these facts, he's like, even if he hates to like agree with me, he's like, yeah, you're right. These functions are better on Twitch, even though he hates to admit it. But that's just how it is. It is how it is. This is the way, you know. This is the way. Yeah. Oh well. I think that's enough for today. We have been talking for 44 minutes, which is a long episode, especially when you think about I'm talking to myself, and of course you people, you delicious, pretty awesome people out there listening to me. So thanks for listening today. Thank you for stopping by the Daily Loot. It would sound so awesome if I said your daily source for gaming news, but I'm not currently uploading daily. I might get into it once the stream is, if the podcast like start getting more listeners, I would definitely go into daily uploading. But right now we have like, I think on all the 30 different platforms, we have got like what 20 downloads. So I'm speaking to you 19 people out there because I'm one of the other downloaders. So thank you 19 people out there for listening to this podcast. I appreciate you all. Thank you. So again, thanks for listening, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Daily Loot. Peace out. And this was your host, Dvalin. Bye.